I didn't write anything because I think in a lot of ways we've stopped listening to each other anyway. One thing that was said that I would be in full agreement with is that I think a lot of us are saying we want to do what's best for the kids. But at the end of the day, our worldviews are clashing in ways that it seems that we can't find any middle ground. As I was thinking up during the meeting coming up here, I realized one of the fundamental problems that we have is just the idea that our schools are going to determine our kids' Bill of Rights. At what point have you crossed over your authority? Let me ask this. What if we were to develop a parental Bill of Rights? Parental Bill of Rights for our kids. Would your student Bill of Rights submit to the parental Bill of Rights? That's my question. The idea that a government is going to have this discussion, because the difference is you see them as students, but they're our sons and daughters at the end of the day. And so when we ask this, the thing about the Constitution of the United States that made it great and above other documents, agreements to hold people together, is that when you read it compared to other constitutions and documents, it is unique because it limited its own power. That's what made it great. Because we had a window of time in human history where there were men and women who came together and said, let's establish a nation and let's limit ourselves, which is amazing. Because they could have just said, let's give ourselves all kinds of power. I would just challenge you to think today, even though it sounds like a great idea, with all due respect, I question where you have gotten when you say we will establish a student Bill of Rights. It's out of your purview. It's outside of your rights. I just want to ask you the simple question, because I did a deep dive concerning this curriculum. Have you done the deep dive? Did you go on the website of this curriculum and did you Google those people who were the authors of this curriculum? There was a lady recently just spoke and she referred to it as anal sex. Let me tell you how one of the authors of this curriculum talked about butt play. How did a person who a sexologist, who you would think would be a professional, end up having a voice in the Roaring Fork Valley where she, as an author, is going to talk about sexuality in the context of butt play? I'm a pastor. Why am I saying this publicly? Because you brought me to this place. Scott, I had a lot more to say. I'm sorry, but I hope you change your mind.